Late Model Pro Stocks will be next up for their qualifying rounds. We'd expect them to have 2 rounds of qualifying. And the field now is assembled back on pit road in the chute back there, and they'll be rolling out and ready to go as the Western Monte Carlo leads them out of the onto the racetrack. First car out will be the car number 78. That's John Hine, and John is out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, in the Glenn Campbell Chevrolet. The Bausch's Automotive, car 66, Mark Donahue in the Pontiac, and Mark is from Olean. XL Communications, car number 31, leading rookie candidate, Todd Weir, out of East Aurora, New York, and the XL Communications number 31. Outside of him will be the Oldsmobile, the Devon Manufacturing Oldsmobile for rookie driver, the car 76, Rick Jones, and Jones from Delavan, the defending champion in the Falone Trucking Hamburg overhead door, car number 48, Rick Wylie and Rick Wylie is out of Derby. Outside of him will be the car number 65, the Rucker Lumber Chevrolet. And the driver from Eden, New York, it's George Scora. At the back of the field, the venerable, many-time champion, 11-time champion, Art Clark in the Bimini Blue, car number 7 out of West Seneca, New York. So, the NASCAR late models. So, the NASCAR late models are ready to go here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 2 10-lap qualifying rounds set to go. So John Hine out of Rochester Hills, Michigan. John, a engineer for General Motors, actually works in the Chevrolet division, and he tests some of the vehicles that you will be driving. Goes down near Arizona and does some test work for General.
Don't tell me they're thinking about making a late model for the street, Kenny.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Ford does, I'm sure Chevy will. Who knows? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here they come, ready to go racing. Oh, the NASCAR late models come down. The green goes high in the air and we're underway. And John Hine, the Michigan driver, grabs the lead. Here comes Todd Weir. Oh, Todd Weir, the XL Communications, car number 31, and he is trying to take the lead early on. They come to the stripe, and it's Todd Weir. The car bobbled a little bit up turn number 4. Hine battles back on the outside. Oh, the 66 car of Mark Donahue spun but did not make contact. So the Bausch's Automotive car of Mark Donahue doing a loop, and the caution flag back on the speedway. So Mark Donahue had to lock up the binders. That's 22-degree banking down there. If you ever walked up the banking in those corners, you'll realize that if you're up there in a race car or any vehicle and you don't lock up them binders, man, you're going to roll right back down. Uh-oh. Well, I said uh-oh because I can see cars coming up. I thought they were going to move a little too quickly. Yeah, they might need a brake check down there. But Todd Weir, really very aggressive, driving tonight like a man on a mission out there in the XL Communications. Of course, this could be silly season for some of these competitors, too. You know, they have names on the race cars, and the sponsor wants one thing, results. He wants to see his name up in front of the field, in the pictures, in the trade papers, the mentions in the press. And sometimes the drivers also realize it could be silly season. You want to keep a sponsor, you better make some good showings. And look at Todd Weir, brings him down. Look at Weir, man, in the drag race with John Hine. And Todd Weir really driving very, very hard out there tonight. He's grabbed the lead from John Hine. Art Clark has moved up once again. And here comes Rick Wylie in the car 48. Wylie tried to make a move on the inside of John Hine. And you can see he shifted up in front of Clark. And now the field single file freight training down the back straightaway. Rookie Todd Weir, one of the Newman-built race cars out of Hueytown, Alabama, leading them out there in the car number 31. In second spot is John Hine. Then it's Rick Wylie going third. Art Clark in fourth. The Rucker Lumber 65 of George Scora. So one more time now, the 78 car of John Hine come up to put the pressure on Todd Weir. Wylie now takes a peek on the inside. And Wylie is trying to get the steam bill up in the car number 48 to make an inside move. Art Clark has come on, too. And Clark, man, when people start thinking it may be a setting sun for Clark, he comes back and grabs that torch once again and won't pass to the next generation. So it remains Todd Weir, the rookie driver, John Hine in second, and Wylie goes third, the defending champion. And Wylie's car really handling nicely down the inside of the racetrack. He drops it right down low on the racetrack, almost down to the yellow line. And we're able to back it out of there because Hine closes the door in turn number 2. Here they come one more time. They'll come up into the third and fourth corner. You see Hine's car getting a little bit loose up there with 2 to go. So the Popsicles up with 2 to go. It remains the car number 31. And that is Todd Weir, the East Aurora driver, in the black number 31 car, the Stealth number 31. Comes to the stripe. The white flag will be shown. And it remains Weir, Hine, the 48 of Wylie, the 7 of Clark, the 65 of Score, the 76 of rookie Rick Jones. So the 31 car, and he will come down. Checkered flag is out. It'll be out for Todd Weir, John Hine second. Rick Wylie finishing in third, and Hine's car appeared to smoke there at the very end. Art Clark next, and the 65 of George Scora, the 76 of Rick Jones, and finally Mark Donahue in car number 66. So, ladies and gentlemen, this young man has found a home here in the Holland Speedway NASCAR Late Model Pro Stocks. So how about a Holland Speedway welcome to the rookie driver out of East Aurora, Todd Weir, ladies and gentlemen, in car 31, the XL Communications car for Todd Weir. That's one of the Newman-built race cars. They built those cars in Hueytown, Alabama. And the legendary Red Farmer, who was an associate of the Allison family for many, many years, assists in putting those cars together. And if anybody knows late models, it's Red Farmer. So we complete that round of qualifying, and the next round coming up. And here to call the action, my colleague, Mike Paz. Mike?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the NASCAR Late Model Pro Stocks. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the main event. And the Glenn Campbell Chevrolet, car number 78, will be John Hine out of Rochester Hills, Michigan. The XL Communications, number 81, that's rookie driver Daniel Domanowski of the 81, and Daniel is out of North Java, New York. The next row, looking on the inside of row number 2, and that will be the car number 31, the team car, the XL Communications number 31 of Todd Weir out of East Aurora, New York. Outside of him, piloting the car number 31, the Speed Motor Freight machine, is John Conti out of Blaisdell, New York. And the next row, driving the Devon Manufacturing Oldsmobile, and we'll continue with the lineup as soon as the cars slow down and get in formation once again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, continuing on with the starting lineup in the car number 31, the XL Communication car. That'll be Todd Weir out of East Aurora. Outside of him, the Speed Transportation, the car number 21, it'll be John Conti. And John's out of Blaisdell, New York. Back one row, a rookie driver set to go in the Devon Manufacturing Oldsmobile, the car number 76. Car number 76 of Rick Jones. Outside of him, the Falone Trucking Hamburg overhead door, the 48 of Rick Wylie from Derby. And the Ron Gear Excavating Speedway Bodies, car number 10 will be Mike Feeblecorn. And outside of him, in the Rucker Lumber 65, George Scorer from Eden. The Heater Racing, car number 03, second-year driver, Vern Bliss from Arcade. The Bimini Blue, car number 7, the 11-time champion, Art Clark from West Seneca. Sonny Whitmire, last week's feature winner in the car number 9. The Bausch's Automotive, car number 66, Mark Donahue. And the 11 car The Harson Manufacturing, number 11 of Pete Sisti. The 99 having problems, unable to make the starter's call on this one. So the green flag is down, and we're racing here in the NASCAR late models. John Hine, the Rochester, Michigan driver, grabbing the point right at the get-go. Here they come 3 wide. Oh, man. Two cars spinning. Appeared not really to make any contact down there. Hopefully they did. And the caution flag on the speedway. We complete lap number 1. And the field immediately going to the caution flag. So John Hine jumping on the throttle right at the start. 2 laps have been completed. 2 down. 28 more to go. And now Rob Lewis down trackside directing traffic down there. So the 65, you can see, looks like a donut mark down there, a tire mark on the 65. There was contact on the right side of the Rucker Lumber car of the veteran George Scora. So Scora, number 65, out of Eden, New York. So Rob Lewis hustles up, and apparently, okay, they want the field to assemble single file now. All the indications there, I thought he said was sending him single file. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And the gate is open on the back straightaway. We don't know if somebody's... Okay, now the cars start to go single file. We thought we read the indication properly. And the 99, as we said, the Mark Bushy Bliss, the Trank Real Estate car, having a problem, unable to make it out. And a tough break for Mark Bushy Bliss, a rookie driver. And Rodney Arndt, who drove that car for many, many years on pit road. And Rodney's been playing with his computer over there. He's telling these guys, he puts the temperature of tonight's, the temperature out there in his computer, and he tells them what kind of shocks to run, how to set the car up. And I told him, I said, gee, a lot of times guys leave a ride, they just kind of drift away. And he goes, no, he said, I come out and I'm trying to help these guys. And he says, I want to see Bushy do real well. And I thought that was really a very nice sportsman-like gesture on the part of Rodney Arndt. Of course, Rodney and the Trank team, they left under the best of circumstances. Rodney just decided, hey, I don't want to drive anymore. And there was no animosity shown at all, but he decided, hey, I want to stay on and lend a hand to a rookie driver, Mark Bushy Bliss, and of course, Gordy Trank, the car owner. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here goes the field of cars behind the Wester Monte Carlo pace car. And the white flag being shown, so we'll be back racing one more time. And Rob Lewis now showing them the 1-lap signal, clenching his caution flag, holding it up to the field of cars. First caution period with 2 laps down. 28 more to be run here for the NASCAR Late Model Pro Stocks. So we'll see if John Hine can get the jump once again as he and Todd Weir. Weir, a rookie. So now the 78 of Hine, the 31 of Todd Weir, ready to go back to battle here. And let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, Hine once again grabs a little bit of a jump out there. He out-drags him down into turn number 1. So John Hine, the Rochester... Oh! And I'll tell you... I'll tell you what happened. It looked like Todd Weir decided to make a move down the inside and apparently getting tangled up, because I know what he was afraid of. He was afraid of getting freight trained on the inside if he stayed up in the middle groove. He tried making a move down and just got caught up down there in a tangle. Pete Sisti, the Harson Manufacturing, number 11, out of Gowanda, New York, trying to get his ship going in the... So Todd Weir, Feeblecorn now has backed up, and it appeared that Mike Feeblecorn is going to take the Ron Gear Excavating Speedway Bodies number 10. In fact, he may have some front end damage. I can see one of the officials kind of pointing at the front end of his car. So Mike Feeblecorn now is ready to head in, and there's the Harrison Manufacturing, the car number 11 of Pistol Pete Sisti. It's Sisti from Gowanda, New York. So it will remain John Hine. They're going to run this one by one lap increments, apparently. We now are in lap number 3. So it's Hine the leader, 76er rookie Rick Jones. And Rick Wylie now has pulled up along with the Daniel Domanowski. Art Clark in the 7, score 65. 66, and that's Mark Donahue and Todd Weir in car number 31. Just an inadvertent contact, but I know Todd Weir wanted to step back in line. He did not want to get freight trained on the inside, and well, the Feeblecorn car, let's see what happens to this. Okay, Sisti is going in, and I don't know what the problem was with Feeblecorn's car. He pulled up to the gate and now is parked back there, so he may need, okay, they're backing a tow truck. Apparently what has happened is the front air dam of the car has been crushed right down to the speedway, and obviously you don't want to drive forward. He'll rip it off. He can glide the car a little bit backwards without too much more damage, but apparently the front end has been crushed right down to the speedway. You see Mike, you can see the helmet over there, Mike Feeblecorn. He got out of the car, looked at the front end, and told the tow truck drivers, yeah, take me back on pit road. And I'm sure that he pits right along the front line over there, about the second or third car in where the lights are on pit road, and I'm sure the crew can do something to get the front end of his car. They can pull something away or maybe move something up on the car to get the car back out. But you can see Feeblecorn looking, and track officials also looking at the nose section of the car number 10 of Mike Feeblecorn. Set the field is John Hine of the car number 78. He's the current leader. Rookie Rick Jones in the Devon Manufacturing Oldsmobile will ride in second. The defending champion Rick Wylie out of Derby in the Falone Trucking Hamburg overhead door number 48. Rick out of Derby, and he's third. Then rookie Daniel Domanowski, so a couple of rookies now in the second and fourth spot. Daniel Domanowski in the XL Communication number 81, a team car to the Todd Weir 31. And then 2 weeks ago, our feature winner, Art Clark, out of West Seneca, New York, the 11-time champion. And talking with Art Clark over many, many years, I think he's not only a great driver, he's become a sage, I think, in the latter years of his auto racing career. Talking to him tonight, and he had some very valid points on a lot of different issues. And but right now it's John Hine, the young engineer, formerly of Amherst, Williamsville area, now living in Rochester Hills, Michigan. He's employed by General Motors as one of their engineers. In fact, a couple of weeks gave his ride up to Mike Reagan Jr. because he had taken a red eye in from somewhere out in the West Coast or Southwest after he'd been testing cars for General Motors. Well, on the car number 48, the right rear quarter panel has been dinged in that race car, and there was perhaps a little concern that it was rubbing on the right rear, but so Wylie now will go third. Domanowski will go outside of him. And the balance of the field moving up double file. Ready to go with 3 down, 27 left. And the Western Monte Carlo pace car picks up the pace, moves away from the field, leaves John Hine as the leader. Here comes John Hine. He cracks the throttle down to the floorboard. We're back racing one more time. They drag race up to the first and second corner, down the back straight. Look at Rick Wylie now took a peek on the inside of John Hine. They head down in turn number 3 and 4. Hine now moves up the middle groove. Wylie, his car works down low, and he takes an inside set in the car 48. It remains Hine, Wylie, Rick Jones in third spot. Daniel Domanowski goes 4, Clark 5. So the cars now all in freight train formation as they come off turn number 4, back to the stripe one more time. We put lap number 5 up on the scoreboard, and Wylie now swarming all over the back end of the John Hine machine. So Hine trying to hold him off, and Wylie one more time takes a look down low. They'll come almost side by side back to the stripe, and Hine now shuts him down. And Hine wants to, I think, work down the lower groove, but his problem is I don't think his car will work down low. And Wylie's car, he's a master of that inside route. And one more time, look up the challenge. Hine's still very, very stout out there in the car number 78 and holding Wylie off, trying to hold Wylie at bay. Wylie keeps looking down low, and Hine wants to try to protect the inside. But here they come. The top 2 cars race back to the stripe, and we'll complete lap number 8. 8 down, 22 more to go. And in third spot now, it remains Rick Jones. Then it's Art Clark has taken over 4. And now the battle for 5th and 6th starting to heat up between George Scorer and the Rucker Lumber 65. And the 81 of Domanowski. Domanowski, a rookie out there. And Scorer takes that spot away. So Scorer now in 5, but he's not free yet. And then we'll look up the front end of the field. Meanwhile, up front, it is Wylie, the chaser. Hine is the leader. And look at Art Clark. Art Clark is really coming on strong. So Art Clark, the 11-time champion, goes to the inside. He takes over third spot, and here comes Clark on the move. Clark now tries to reel in the top 2 race cars as they head down to hit the stripe with 11 down. 11 laps down, 19 to go. And Wylie continues to try to work down a lower groove. Hine has held him off. Hine is very, very quick out there tonight. And he takes them back down around, and we'll put 12 up with 18 to go. So the field's stabilizing somewhat here as we start moving in lap number 12. Okay, Wylie one more time, and Wylie now drops to the inside of Hine. They come very close off the corner. They come to the stripe, and Hine holds them off. And Hine just working up in the middle groove, giving Wylie lots of racing room down low. Wylie so far has not been able to take advantage of that. But here comes Vern Bliss, the heated racing car, the 03 of Arcades, Vern Bliss. And he is going to take over the 4th spot, trying to take over from Rick Jones, a rookie in the Oldsmobile. So a Pontiac and Oldsmobile having at it for the 4th and 5th positions. One more time, Wylie goes to the inside of Hine. Oh, the cars almost touch off the corner. And they come back to the stripe, and Hine holds them off by about half a car length. Johnny Hine now on the hammered, heading down the back straightaway. Look at Art Clark. Art Clark very smoothly has pulled up on the challenge. So 3 cars all in contention for the lead. They come to the stripe, and that one there almost dead even. Almost dead even at the stripe. Can Hine hold him off? Wylie's got the inside. Now Wylie edges his car into the lead. It's Wylie now by about a quarter of a car length. They'll come to the stripe, and Wylie now has taken over the lead. Here comes Art Clark. Clark now watching up there in the 3rd spot. He was waiting out in the wings, and here comes Art Clark now on the move. Also, Vern Bliss with that battle up front. Bliss has closed down the 4th position. Top 4 cars throw a blanket over them as they hit the stripe with Wylie the leader in lap number 18. 18 down, 1 dozen to go. Hine holds on to 2nd, but Wylie now, the longer this race runs, the stronger the car number 48 becomes on the racetrack. And you can see Hine's car, the car's starting to slip a little bit in the corners. So the handle may be slipping away a little bit from John Hine. Art Clark in 3rd, Bliss 4. Top 4 cars freight train their way through that very tricky turn number 3 and 4. They'll come back to the stripe and put 20 up on the Winston Racing Series scoreboard with 10 laps to go. This one winding down quickly to a conclusion. And right now, Rick Wylie is starting to open up his lead. Wylie now very smoothly runs the car off turn number 4, hammers it back to the stripe, single digits left, 21 down, 9 more to go. 21 complete, 9 laps to go. So nobody right up now able to challenge Rick Wylie, the Falone Trucking Hamburg overhead door 48, completely out front and just sailing along out there. Man, oh man, we made some contact out there as they come up, and in the corners, a little bit of a letting him know that he's right there on his back door. Look at Art Clark now. Clark is trying to figure a way around the 78 of Hine, and here comes Bliss now. Vern Bliss. And the car number 03, look at Bliss now, drops to the inside of Clark. Clark will shut the door, and I'll tell you, Clark, they almost took it off the hinges that time when they're down there in turn number 2. Here goes, oh, Vern Bliss to the inside. And man, oh man, Art Clark had to hang on. While all this is going on, though, look at Wylie now. Wylie is starting to dominate this event. He has opened it up, and he'll have 5 to go. So right now, The 48 of Wylie appears bulletproof out there as he is starting to roll along and starting to open up his lead. So he is starting to check out now on John Hine. Hine has his hands full, however, without Clark. He's unable to make a run at the leader, but he has to protect the second position. And it'll be 26 down, 4 to go. 26 complete, 4 more to go. So a couple miles left in this event. And right now on top of the field is Rick Wylie. And Wylie, as we said, the longer this one runs, the stronger he gets. And he'll come to the stripe with 27 complete, 3 more to go. So the battle continues to rage for second, third, and fourth spot. George Scora all alone in fifth. He is just driving along out there in fifth spot. Nobody up to challenge him for the fifth position. So it's Rick Wylie one more time. 2 to go, ladies and gentlemen. The popsicle sticks go up with 2 to go. So right now it's all Rick Wylie. And Wylie this time by, he'll hit the stripe and the white flag will be shown. So the white flag coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes, Wylie in, and Hine in second, Clark third, Burnbliss 4, and George Scora 5. So Wylie right now, he can start mailing this one into the victory for Rick Wylie. Here goes Wylie working himself through 3 and 4. He'll come to the stripe. The victory will be Rick Wylie's. John Hine, good run, second, Clark third, Bliss 4, George Scora 5, then it's Rick Jones, Sonny Whitmire, the 31 car of Todd Weir, Daniel Domanowski, the 66 of Mark Donahue, and finally the 21 of John Conti. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Victory coming out now to the car number 48. Rick Wylie in for the victory. It's all about, ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause, please, for the defending champion in the Hamburg overhead door, the Falone Trucking number 48, the Clark's Auto Supply number 48, Rick Wylie in for the victory. So Rick Wylie, ladies and gentlemen, he's been out of victory circle for the past several weeks, but you can't keep a man like Rick Wylie out of the victory circle very long. He is one tough customer. He's been a dominator here at this speedway, much as Dale Earnhardt has dominated the Winston Cup. Rick Wylie's been the man to beat year in and year out for the past several years here at Holland Speedway. And he goes back in the victory circle. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please, a nice round of applause for the defending NASCAR late model champion of Derby, Rick Wylie. Mike Paz, take it away trackside, please.
All right, Kenny, he's unstrapping the helmet and getting ready to pull the wheel off. And in a minute, Rick Wylie will be joining us out here on the front straightaway for Victory Lane ceremonies. There he is, Rick Wylie climbing out the Falone Trucking number 48. Man, I want you to see something here. Oh, you got a little bit of a limp there, buddy. Congratulations. First of all, this is not the prettiest your car's ever been in victory circle. We can assure you of that. And this thing was rubbing back here. You've got a little bit of a score in that tire. So I'm glad this was not a long-distance event.
This was a rough one. I got to thank my crew first, Dave and Denny Newell, Dave Brown, Vinny Falone, Gil Gould, Jay Groh. We did everything to this car but change the motor tonight, and it wasn't perfect, but we made it better, and it was good enough. That's what counts. I got a great crew, and I'd like to thank Hamburg Overhead Door, Jeff Kuhn, real good sponsors staying with us, and I hope he likes what we're doing. And Falone Trucking, Say Communication, Kenworth of upstate New York, Clark's Auto Supply, and that's it.
Am I missing something on the limp? What happened to you?
I got a broken leg and a sprained ankle.
Oh, baby, that has to hurt a little bit.
It's not feeling good right now, but...
How tough is it on the restarts with something like that?
The restart ain't bad because you shift with the left foot, but you just put the pedal to the metal. When you get in the middle of the corner, the G-forces are killing the leg, but we made it. That's all that matters.
Guys pretty much raced you clean, too. Congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Rick Wylie putting together a victory, driving a little hurt there tonight, but victory lane nonetheless for the car number 48, the Falone Trucking of Rick Wylie. We're going to conduct victory lane ceremonies down here. Obviously, you can tell he's trying to smile as best he can, but you can tell he's one hurting puppy right now.